Hey everyone, Draco Prime 220 here, and before I get this video started, I would like to notify everyone that my upgrade is currently on the way. It will be here soon, and probably in the middle, either by next week or something, I could start doing better content. I hope all of you are doing good. It is hot out there. I hope you got your air conditioning on, fans, whatever you use. I just hope you're all trying to stay cool out there. But once again, if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. For the longest time, I did not like the 1998 Godzilla. I don't think it worked. Like, for a long time, I hated the character. But then, as I saw more, like, him just being called Zilla, I think he would have worked perfectly as a different monster. And actually, that's what he kind of became. His own creature, Zilla. I really, for the longest time, I hated him. I felt it was an insult to the character. I felt it was a disgrace. That was like spitting on the legacy of Godzilla and those who created it. But I will admit, over time, I actually got to respect this creature, Zilla, not as a Godzilla, but as a creature of his own. I'll say this, the animated series for Godzilla 98 is actually one of my favorite animated shows. That showed more respect to Godzilla himself, the character, than the 98 movie did. I will say this, if they did the movie just like they did the show, maybe that movie wouldn't have gotten a lot of hate. Guess Roland Emmerich never thought of that, did he? Guess not. I will admit, I liked Independence Day. Independence Day Resurgence was a bit meh. It was okay, you know. It was just your typical sci-fi flick. I really did like the first Independence Day, though. Roland Emmerich messed it up. Do I think now, it's been like so many years since the movie came out in 98, does he still deserve the hate? No, I really think the hate is not really deserved anymore now that he is just called Zilla. He's not really Godzilla anymore. I think he could have worked as a version of the Beast from 20,000 Phantoms, but I think it could have worked, just change him a little bit, make him a quadruped, and speaking of which, actually, when I saw the Beast from 20,000 Phantoms, all I thought was it was a giant lizard. Just, that was it. I didn't know it was a fictional dinosaur for a little bit. I didn't know that. You know, they could have, since Zilla was a mutated iguana, they could have literally made it the Beast from 20,000 Phantoms. And instead of a bipedal creature, they could have made him into a giant irradiated iguana that looks similar to the Rhedosaurus. That could have worked. But, since the comics like Godzilla Rulers of Earth, I have to say, they really gave Zilla his spotlight there. Including in a lot of fan animations like from Lost Utopia Films and Shelter 54, Zilla gets some spotlight. And I do know there is another fan project called Project Ashfall, and Zilla looks ripped. Like, I seen the trailer on X. I went on there briefly for a short time, but then I got out of that. I didn't want no part of it. I was part of Twitter, but X, nah, I didn't stick around very long. But I saw it before I canceled out of X, and I think it's like an evolved version of Zilla, like how Godzilla got evolved in New Empire. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I have no idea when the project is coming out. I'm keeping in touch with my friend to find out when he hears something. But I know a lot of people do know, and honestly, I did not know this for the longest time, that there was a version of Godzilla that we were meant to get 4 years earlier to 1998. And can I just say, I would have loved to see this version. Long story short, Godzilla is a product not of the atomic bomb, but a weapon of Atlantis. Similar to Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, where he is created by Atlantis or some form of ancient civilization to protect humanity from the Gaios. This husband and wife, or I think, or fiance, white girl and her fiance, are in the Arctic, and they see this red stuff that looks like blood, but it's not. It was some kind of chemical to keep Godzilla asleep, and when he wakes up, he actually inadvertently kills, I think it's either her husband or fiance, and then she is like, I want Godzilla dead, I want him killed. And of course she has like a daughter who's growing up during this point in time, while an alien probe of some sort comes down to Earth and starts make it into a thing of like a hive of a group of bats, and they become these giant evil bat creatures. Meanwhile, Godzilla does show up and attacks Tokyo, and they use the red substance to knock him out. And the Czar's like, you gotta let Godzilla live. He didn't do this intentionally. He's just a creature that deserves to live. And Godzilla is unconscious, and there's like this, I think I seen like a little concept art piece of it where she's looking at Godzilla kind of with irritation, and you hear his heartbeat. And then, but during all this, the bat creatures have been harvesting animals, and they merge into this gnarly thing called the Griffin. And let me tell you, Stan Winston, chef's kiss to the guy for making a absolute awesome Godzilla design. It looked like a more modernized version of 54. Like, it had like longer arms. Like, it looked like 54 to me. Like, they had like this like a sneer. The maquette looked amazing. And the Griffin, now that would have been a cool creature to add to Godzilla's roster. I do know that partially due to expense, how expensive the story sounded, and the script seemed like it was a bit of a mess. I don't care. I would have preferred this movie, because between, and come on, what Godzilla story is like not a mess? Like, what movie in general cannot be a mess? There are movies, not just Godzilla, that can be a bit of a mess, but it can be an enjoyable mess. And I really think we deserved 1994 Godzilla. I would have loved to have seen that movie. I actually wonder if we got that, would we have gotten the MonsterVerse a lot sooner, or some version of it? That's my thought. Like, if they did that instead of the 1998 movie we got, would we've gotten like a 90s iteration of the MonsterVerse? Because I know, like, in 96, Peter Jackson wanted to make his version of King Kong. I love 05 Kong, but I really, really wish we got the 96 version, because that one sounded really good. Like, with all the creatures they were making, and like, and all the dinosaurs and everything. Like, it wasn't going to be just a shot-for-shot, like, scene-for-scene of the original 33 film. And actually, you're not going to believe this. In the 1996 version, I think Kong survives. Like, they actually, like, there was, like, two versions. Like, one where Kong lives, like, he climbs down, and then, like, he actually, and then the other version, like, Jack tries to get into a plane to save Kong, but he can't, and Kong ends up dying. Actually, and Carl Denham would have gotten his comeuppance. Like, he actually makes a pilot take him, and he films it as they're shooting at Kong. Kong hits that plane, and basically Carl Denham films himself crashing to his death. What? In the words of Big Jack Films, why the fuck didn't we get this movie? That would have been freaking awesome. And think about it, if they made the 94 Godzilla and that Kong, maybe they could have done something where we got in like a series of monster films. I don't know. Like, I just think Godzilla 94 had a lot of potential, and it's a shame too because the designs of the monsters look like, the Griffin looks like something that is alien. Like, it has like the body of and the face, like the face of a mountain lion. It has like these horns. It can shoot like electricity out of its wings. And it has like cloven hooves and legs. And its death is pretty gnarly from what I heard. Godzilla literally tears off its head and impales it on the Statue of Liberty. Can you imagine if they made a poster for that? If the 94 Godzilla came out, can you imagine a poster with this monster's head impaled on the Statue of Liberty, and maybe you see Godzilla's dorsal plates in the background or his tail, and it says Godzilla? That poster would have gone hard. But nah, it didn't happen. It is a bummer, but actually a good thing about it is that some people do use these creatures in fan-made projects, like Lost Utopia Films actually takes the concept of Godzilla fighting the Griffin. There was even a recent fan animated film where they just show the battle between the Griffin and Godzilla. And I do like it. The human characters sounded a little bland, but they sounded like half bland, half compelling. Like they were going to treat Godzilla like he is a force of nature. He's not just a murderous monster. He's a force of nature. He's neither good nor bad. And I really think that's pretty cool. But it's just a shame we never got. But once again, Stan Winston, rest in peace, man. But thank you for making such a good design for this unmade Godzilla film. I also know that, speaking of which, the Lee Shaw series that they are currently filming has a codename called Birdwatcher. Now, if you're curious, is this referring to a Titan? Like, the only bird-esque Titan that so far we know of in the Monsterverse is the fire demon himself, Rodan. So does this mean Rodan is the one in that show? Or is it something else? Or does it refer to some kind of project? But I'm kind of curious. Also, a couple new cast members have been put to the Lee Shaw series. And I'm curious. Let me know what you're hoping for at San Diego Comic-Con. Let me know in the comment section below. And, yeah, let me know what you're hoping for, and I really hope you enjoyed this little video. So, until next time, I am Draco Prime 220, signing off. See you, everyone, and try and stay cool. It's hot out there. See ya.